Hi, I'm Dave from Family Learning, back with another primary maths video. Carrying on with looking at multiplication, today it's going to be timesing by 10, 100 and 1,000. A rule children are often taught for timesing by 10 is add a zero. 6 times 10 is 6, add a zero, 60. 8 times 10 is 8, add a zero, 80. 10 times 10, 10, add a zero becomes 100, and 15 times 10, when you add a zero, becomes 150. It is important for children to understand what is happening when we multiply by 10 though. If we look at these columns, they get 10 times bigger when we move to the left. The units, 10 times bigger, become the tens, 10 times bigger become the hundreds, 10 times bigger become the thousands. So if we look at 6 times 10, if we put 6 in the units, if we multiply it by 10, it moves one column to the left to become 10 times bigger. And then we need to put a 0 in as a placeholder, so the 6 becomes 60. 8 times 10, well, the 8 starts in the units, and because we're multiplying by 10, it moves a column to the left because it's 10 times bigger, and the 0 holds the place for 80. Continuing, if we start with 10 to do 10 times 10, move everything one column to the left because we're making it 10 times bigger, so the 10 becomes 100 and the 0 moves into the tens, and then we need a 0 as a placeholder. And then 15 times 10 starts 15, and then everything moves one column to the left, 10 times bigger, and then a 0 to hold the place becomes 150. What about multiplying by 100? Well, the trick here is to add 2 zeros. 7 times 100 becomes 7 with 2 zeros, 700. 28 times 100 is 28 with 2 zeros, 2,800. But looking at our columns, and here we've got columns that go all the way up to 1,000,000, timesing by 100 is moving everything 2 columns to the left and using zeros as placeholders. So 7 starts here. If we're timesing by 100, it moves 2 columns to here, and the zeros hold the place. 28 starts here and moves 2 columns if we're multiplying by 100, and the zeros hold the place. Finally, let's look at timesing by 1,000. The trick here is to add 3 zeros, but mathematically we are going to move everything 3 columns and add the zeros as placeholders. So 62 times 1,000, the 6 would move 1, 2, 3 columns. The 2 would move 1, 2, 3 columns, and then the zeros would go in to hold the place. So 62 times 1,000 would be 62,000. If you'd like to find out more about how children learn maths at school, click on the link. See you soon!